Hello, this is Carson Runquist, and this is a video that has been a long time in the making. Yeah, I wanted to do a Blu-ray DVD collections video for a very long time, and I've just simply been waiting for the right time. I wore my most pretentious shirt just for this occasion, and it's a lot of movies next to me right now, so I just kind of want to get right into it and not waste any of your time. It's going to be loosely in alphabetical order, and I feel like now is finally the time to do it, because I'm just going to keep getting these movies. Like, I'm just going to keep buying Blu-rays. So this is only going to grow. And I may as well do this now before it gets too long. And then we'll do an update somewhere in the future. So this is, I guess, part one of my Blu-ray DVD Criterion collection video. And we're going to start with 2 or 3 Things I Know About Her by Jean-Luc Godard. Have not watched this yet. And there's going to be a lot of that in this video. Have not watched this one yet. Heard it's great, and I can't wait to watch it. Where am I going to put... I'm going to stack them down here. Number 2 is this the 3 films collection of 2001, A Clockwork Orange, and The Shining. It's not really cool to own collection stuff because it's fun to own all 3 movies in one instead of, it takes up more space, makes the collection look more impressive. But I got this for like a bargain, and I like all 3 of these movies a lot, so yeah, I glad I own it. All 3 of them are great. Not much else to say. Next we have this another collection one, this like 10 Alfred Hitchcock movie collection, which includes The Cheney Vase, The Sorcerer's Apprentice, Blackmail, Champagne, The Farmer's Wife, The Lady Vanishes, The Manx Man, Rich and Strange, Secret Agent, and The 39 Steps. I have never opened this DVD thing. This was also like $3 at a record store, so I was like, why not? The only thing I've watched on here is The 39 Steps, and I watched that on Criterion, not through this. So, yeah, need to get to this, because it's a lot of movies by him that I have never seen and that I have always wanted to see. So, yeah, wait. Are these even... I don't know. I need to get into this. I think some of these aren't even by him. Let's see. Next up is All That Jazz, the first Criterion. Well, no, actually 2 or 3 things. All That Jazz, one of the greatest movies ever, directed by Bob Fosse, starring Roy Scheider. I always think it's Schneider. If you haven't seen this yet, you should watch it. It's amazing and very dark. That's that. Amélie, got this also for like $7 at a record store. Had never seen it, just wanted to own it, and it's a DVD, so it's not in the best quality, but glad I own it. It's a fine movie. Next up we have Amy, which this is actually my mom's copy. I stole it from her. A lot of these I think I stole from my mom, but I like that I stole this one from my mom because it's a good movie, and I have positive memories watching this with my mom and us both crying and both enjoying it. And yeah, it's the DVD. An Angel at My Table by Jane Campion. Still haven't watched this one. I did only get this because I needed to show me using like a free credit card thing for some sponsor, and was like, I'll just use this on a free Criterion. And yeah, so I just got this for free. And it was the first thing on the Criterion alphabetical order at the time. So I got it. And I still haven't watched it, but I really like Jane Campion, so I'll give that one a watch at some point. Next up is the Before trilogy. This is one of the best trilogies of all time. Got this one for Christmas. They all look so pretty. The best one is Before Sunset, in my opinion. Then the next one is Sunrise, and the last is Before Midnight, which is still a good movie, but is not as good as the others. But yeah, one of my favorite trilogies ever. Love it so much. So glad I own the box set. Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. This is not one I've watched yet either. I just got this one as part of a sale. Don't know much about it other than John Waters likes it, and I trust his taste, so excited to give this one a peep. Next up, Blue Velvet. Got this at the local... It was the... I wanted to get in on the Barnes & Noble sale back when I lived in Minnesota, and they, like... Suburban Minnesota, like the Barnes & Nobles are not doing the Criterion thing, but this was the only Criterion they sold at that Barnes & Noble, which is funny that a movie about the darkness of the suburbs was the only movie being sold in the suburbs. And yeah, it's one of my favorite David Lynch movies, probably his most like accessible one. And what I'll say is that it's the first one that got me to, I guess, like understand what he was doing, and first one of his that I like really fell in love with. So I owe that to this movie. It just glitched. I hope that doesn't ruin any. Next is Brazil, another one I got as part of a sale. Have not watched it yet. Excited to check it out. Next is City Lights. Got this in a record store in Claremont, California. It's the DVD, so it's not great quality, but I just really wanted to own like a Charlie Chaplin movie on DVD, and it's not even my favorite. It's not that great. Well, it's okay, but I like other ones by him more. And that's what I have to say about City Lights. Next up is Climax, which is arguably my favorite movie ever made. And that sucks because if you can tell the DVD, the Blu-ray, well, look at this. It's just completely off. It came destroyed, this Blu-ray that I ordered, but this part is fine. It's a little ripped. I might just order a new one entirely. I'm just really upset. It came so trashed, but I'm hanging on to the Blu-ray because it has like cool commentary with Gaspar Noé and stuff. And just come on, like it just sucks because it's my favorite movie ever, and not the coolest thing to own. I'll be honest. Is this still recording? Yeah. Jesus, so big of recording. This next one is Crumb. It is one of my favorite documentaries ever made about Robert Crumb, directed by Terry Zwigoff, who has made some bad movies, but you know this one's good. And it's just such an amazing documentary. So glad I own this. Has a lot of the really cool Criterion things, like all the booklet that comes with this one is especially cool. Definitely recommend. Next up is the signed Criterion copy of Do the Right Thing, another one of my favorite movies ever made, signed by Spike Lee, of course. Comes with like this really thick diary on like the making of the film that I've gone through, and is just fascinating and so cool because like oh my god, the disc fell out. It's one of the this disc is just getting destroyed. What the hell? This is really, well, you know, whatever happens. It's disc 2, so maybe it's not as important. It doesn't say what's on this disc. Anyway, that's random. Yeah, it's one of the best movies. There's no place to put it either. Anyway, good movie. Can't wait to watch it again. Glad I own this. Next, one of my favorite comedies ever is this one, Election. This is just the DVD, another one I stole from my mom, but wanted to own it. And yeah, one of the best. I don't even know if the DVD's in there. Next, one of my favorite comedies of last year, El Planeta. Just fantastic. I'm so obsessed with this movie. It's so funny. And as you can tell, I haven't opened it yet. It's still kind of in its package, but I just love the box it came in, and you know, I can't wait to go through this. Such a good movie to own. This next one is a Fanny and Alexander box set. It has the theatrical version and the television version, and then what I think is like these are the like special features, the making of and Bergman video introductions made for Swedish television. Yeah, a lot going on in here. It's all DVD, it's not Blu-ray, but I got this like for very cheap at a record store, which is crazy because of how much you get, and I'm just very glad I own it, even if it's the DVD. It's a cool thing to have. Let's see, this next one. Fantastic Mr. Fox. It's the first Criterion I think I ever owned. You can see it's like kind of worn out, which I don't even mind. Like, I know people like to keep them nice, but I'm like, this is like, it's one of my favorites, and I've actually used it and watched this a lot, and yeah, it's gorgeous. It's got a beautiful little booklet. It's just like it's like, this is what Criterion's made for. Is like, it's a very special thing to own, as it is my favorite movie next to Climax. And yeah, just so glad this exists. Next up, Female Trouble. the first John Waters movie I ever watched, and yeah, it's a really nicely, like, well designed Criterion. Really good movie. Kind of a crazy introduction to his, and I kind of want to revisit it to see if I like it more than I did the first time. But yeah. Next is Fishing with John, the John Lurie television show. It's got all 6 episodes on here, plus commentary from John Lurie, which I have not watched yet, and I'm so excited to watch. He's like one of my favorite people, and this is one of the greatest things ever made. If you have not seen this, like, watch it with your friends and just have a good time. It's it's really weird. Next up we have Gone Girl, which is just a good movie that I wanted to own, and it comes with a booklet. And then also this double feature DVD set of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and Hang 'em High, something I have not watched yet. I have watched The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, but not Hang 'em High, and I did not watch it through this. Probably got this for like $1 somewhere, and was like, sure. The Hangover Part 3, someone gave me this, and I have not watched it yet, but it's something I own. Someone gave it to me as a joke. Harakiri. I've been meaning to watch this with my friends for like months. Like, it's a running bit in our friend group that one of these nights we have to watch this, because it's supposed to be one of the greatest of all time, and I wanted to own it on Criterion, and yeah, excited to eventually watch this movie. House of the Long Shadows. I won this in a movie trivia thing at a horror drive-in night. I won it for free, and haven't seen it yet, but it's Vincent Price and Christopher Lee, so I'm excited to give that a gander. Next up we have It's Such a Beautiful Day, the Don Hertzfeldt film, which also includes World of Tomorrow and bonus cartoons like The Meaning of Life, Rejected, and Billy's Balloon, and more. Just like one of my favorite movies as well, and such a cool thing to own. Felt like I was supporting him directly because I got it right from his like site, and I know this is like very independently made, and so just a cool thing, and with a ton of cool bonus features that like nice to have. Still have not watched his new movie, which is crazy. Next up, one of my favorite things I own is this Jacques Demy box set, full of all his essentials. You got Lola, Bay of Angels, The Umbrellas of Cherbourg, The Young Girls of Rochefort, Donkey Skin, and Une Chambre en Ville. They're all good. They're all good. And most of them are 5s. Like, most of them are masterpieces. So this is just, like, one of the greatest things I own. What is this? I don't know what that is. Really beautifully designed box, too. All the Criterions are well designed, and they're just like, I mean, if you're like a film student or not, like, just you have to watch his movies. They're like a must see in my opinion. Oh Jesus. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. It's like hard not to enjoy what he's doing. He's such a master, and yeah, one of my favorite directors of all time. Which, on that note, another one of my favorites is Jacques Tati, the complete box set that Paul Schrader just made fun of on his Facebook, because he does not like Jacques Tati, which is crazy, but he is one of my favorites. It's like the reason we have Wes Anderson, which may be a good or a bad thing to some people. Scratches the same itch for me. Very whimsical, which I know Paul Schrader doesn't like, but that's what I like, and it's very funny, like beautifully shot. Some of the most ambitious movies ever made, and it's just kind of magical to watch all of them, and very, very happy I own this. It's one of my favorite things I own, next to the Jacques Demy box set. Next we have the John Cassavetes box set, which another one of my favorite things I own, because also like all 3 of these dudes, the J section here goes crazy. Like, yeah, I still haven't watched The Killing of a Chinese Bookie opening night. That's just those 2, yeah. But the rest of them that I have seen are all amazing. And yeah, for in the same way, you should watch Jacques Demy if you're like a student of film. You should also watch John Cassavetes if you haven't already, because it's very, like, it opens your eyes to, like, what you can do with the medium, and yeah, it's very inspiring. Next up we have let's see, we have Lady Bird. I got this at Target because I really like this movie, and it is the DVD, which is kind of lame, but it was before I got into collecting, and I was just like, this is one of my favorite movies I've ever made, so just kind of want to own it, and that's what that is. We have La Haine, also one of the greatest movies ever made. Yeah, hard to even say anything about this one. It's just fantastic and very angry and really great. La La Land, stole this from my mom. It was like, that's a good movie, I want to own it. It's the DVD. Guys, I'm sorry. Next up, The Last Metro. I got this at the Amoeba record store in Los Angeles for pretty cheap, and I still haven't watched it yet. It's one that's been on my list for a while, so definitely gonna get around to this pretty soon here. Magnolia. I forget where I got this. This is also a DVD, and this is how I watched it for the first time. It's actually really gorgeously designed. I kind of love this design. And it's a really great movie. So, yeah, glad I own this. I also think I got this one at a record store. And, Jesus, it's like falling apart, the box. Yeah, great movie. Great movie. Mandy, which I just used this Blu-ray for the first time recently. It's a Blu-ray. I got it for Christmas. It's one of the greatest horror movies ever made. Like, one of the greatest movies in general. And, yeah, had to own this one. Moonstruck. Hilarious. Great rom-com. Cher, Nicolas Cage. I was halfway through this movie and then was very wine drunk and was like, I need to own this. And I ordered the Criterion while halfway through the film. Now I own it. Next is Nowhere, which I got on eBay because I couldn't find it anywhere else. And I'm pretty sure this is like fan-made or just incredibly unofficial. But masterpiece. Like one of the greatest movies ever. Just so inspiring, so funny, so visually insane. Crazy movie. Like, such a great movie. And, yeah, I hold this one very close to my heart because it was one of those, like, you know, milestone films for me. Next up, I can't tell if I'm holding this up right. Old Joy by Kelly Reichardt, which is another, like, you know, defining movie for me. I think it was my first Kelly Reichardt. I might be wrong about that. And just fantastic movie about male friendship. Very short, so there's no reason not to give this a watch. Love it, yeah. Paddington 2. Ordered this for a fan giveaway and got myself one extra copy because I wanted to own it. Parasite. Just like, you know, gotta own Parasite. It's one of the greatest movies ever made. It's an instant classic. Probably the best movie of the 2000s so far. Yeah, Parasite. Really good Criterion thing, too. Like, or the design. Like, I know a lot of people don't like the design. I think it's cool. Pier Paolo Pasolini's Trilogy of Life. I have not watched these yet. But I got this for a good price at the record store. Again. And thought just the cover itself is like beautiful, like looks really cool, and you know, it's one of those things I wanted to own, and I can't wait to check it out. And on that similar note, Pink Flamingos, because Pier Pasolini is one of John Waters' favorite directors. This is maybe my favorite Criterion I own because just look at the design, the design on the inside too. And then the back. And then just a barf bag. It comes with a barf bag. And a newspaper thing that I'm not going to take out because it takes a lot to put it back in. But, like, such great packaging. And that's just the packaging. The movie itself is one of the best things anyone's ever made. There's been enough said about this, and just like the easiest get I've ever, I purchased it immediately. Ponyo, this is something I had from my childhood, and it's one of the only things by Studio Ghibli I own. So yeah, just was like, let's throw it in the collection. Pop Star Never Stop, Never Stopping. The what's it called? Steelbook. Yeah, it's the only like steelbook I own, but it's like a really great movie. It's one of my favorite comedies, and I just had to. It's really gorgeously designed. Yeah, I love this movie. Need to rewatch it. Portrait of a Lady on Fire. One of the greatest, up there with Parasite, where I'm like, you just have to own this. And yeah. Punch Drunk Love, got this the same day as Magnolia at a record store, and I was like, 2 Paul Thomas Anderson movies for very cheap, why not? Also, really cool design. It's kind of hard to show it, but it is the DVD, and it's really bad quality, so I hope I, cop the Criterion or something, because, yeah, it's one of my favorite movies by him. If not my favorite movie by him, I think it is. Yeah. It's really great. Next up is Ratcatcher. Lynn Ramsey is one of my favorites, and I still haven't watched this, so not much to say. Just need to get on this. Let's see. Red Rocket, another favorite of mine. Put this one to use a few nights ago. Watched the commentary on this. Just needed to own this one. It's a great movie. Robots. Rushmore. This, if you can't see, I stole this from my high school library. So, yeah. That's what I have to say about that. Let's see. Ratatouille. I know I'm going out of order alphabetically, but Ratatouille, similar to Ponyo, this is something I owned in my childhood and wanted to, own it in the collection. So I brought it here. Salo, which I got, it was like one of my first Criterion sales I participated in, and because you can't really find Salo anywhere online, I was like, this is just something I want to own myself. And I was so curious about it, I had to own it. Like, I needed to know what happened in this movie, and it's a really great movie. I need to rewatch it, because it's been a while since I first watched it, and I don't think one viewing really does it justice. So, yeah, I gotta revisit this very insane movie. Yeah. Let's see. Scorsese shorts. Just a cool thing to own. Scorsese short films, yeah. I've watched, I think, 3 of these. No, I've watched most of these. Yeah, there's only one I haven't watched, and it's American Boy. But yeah, this is great. This is really great. You should check these out if you haven't. Some Like It Hot. Everybody says I'm going to love this. I still haven't watched it, but I love Billy Wilder and can't wait to give this one a chance. Spirited Away. Because yeah, this is another one that I was just like from my childhood, but needed to own it. Synecdoche, New York. One of my favorites. The plastic is really poorly slapped on it. It's not a very pretty Blu-ray to own, but I do love this movie, and I just kind of wanted to have it. I got these from an ex-girlfriend. I think after we broke up too. But 3 colors blue, 3 colors red. Don't have white, which is a little frustrating, but yeah, amazing trilogy, and haven't opened these yet. Don't know what's in store. True Stories, because some kid in my Twitch chat keeps recommending I watch this, and a lot of other people are like, you should watch this. And I got this at one of the Barnes & Noble sales, and I haven't watched it yet, but it's a really nice Criterion. Uncut Gems, wish I had the Criterion and not just the Blu-ray. Might sell this. Under the Skin, got this for very cheap. It's the DVD, so it's not the best quality, but great movie. Worst Person in the World, one of my favorite movies of last year. Was very happy they put it on Criterion, and has some really gorgeous art inside. And yeah, excited to watch the commentary for this. I think there is commentary. Is there? No, it's just interviews. That's fine. Yeah, good thing to own. And then my friend got me this Yogi Bear 3D as a joke. Been meaning to get rid of this for a while. And then I have this other this stash of, this is out of alphabetical order, but these are like new ones that I've recently gotten that I haven't organized yet. But this is The Celebration by Thomas Vinterberg, who I've only seen another round. I haven't seen The Hunt or this, and the packaging is really cool. It's got the Dogma like thing. Yeah, it's just like really cool. Wanna bust this one open soon. Dead Don't Die, which is a great movie. It's not the best Jim Jarmusch movie, but I think it is the only Jim Jarmusch movie I own, which is a little crazy, but it was $4 at the record store, so took advantage of that. Crash, which I've, for many reasons, have always wanted to see. This is the David Cronenberg one. Yeah, gotta get around to Crash very soon, actually. I'm gonna watch that like this week. Sound of Metal, which I got as a gift from my girlfriend for my birthday. It's a 4K, which I think is the only 4K I own. And yeah, I really love this movie. It's one of the best of 2020, and excited to give it a rewatch. It's due for a rewatch. And then this was also from my girlfriend for my birthday. It was Late Ozu box set, which includes Early Spring, Tokyo Twilight, Equinox Flower, Late Autumn, and The End of Summer. A lot of movies. So many movies. All of which I have not seen, and I'm just now getting into Ozu, so I'm incredibly excited to get into this and check these ones out, because yeah, I really loved Late Spring when I watched it. Putting it back in there. Come on. Next we have Beau Travail, which I just watched for the first time a few nights ago on this, and yeah, one of the best endings ever made, and very glad I own this. Watched the Barry Jenkins interview with Claire Denis, which is really interesting. Tokyo Drifter by Seijun Suzuki. I really like Branded to Kill, and I haven't seen this one yet, but I heard this is even better, I think, than Branded to Kill, but Branded to Kill was like pretty great. Yeah, excited to check it out. Polyester, moving along with my John Waters collection. There's only like I think Multiple Maniacs is like one of the only ones by him that I don't own on Criterion. It comes with an Odorama, which, yeah, you scratch and sniff along with the film. And Jesus, it already smells bad. God. Cat People. This is the original one, not the Paul Schrader one. Jesus, it's still in my nose. That really is bad. I don't know how to describe the scent. It's just old. Cat People. It is, yeah, I've been meaning to watch this for a while. The guy at the register, this was like an old man, was like, very good movie. So, yeah, excited to check it out. And then lastly, Blow Up by Michelangelo Antonioni. I've never seen this one, but it's got like one of the most gorgeous Criterion like boxes ever. Like, it's so bold and interesting and bright, and I mean, like, I don't know if the movie will match this, but like, it's really gorgeously designed, so really excited. I don't think I've ever seen one of his movies, but yeah, excited to check it out. And that's the collection. It's not that big of a collection, but it is decently sized. And I wanted to just do this because I've been meaning to do it for a while. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy this. I should hold something up for the. This is for the thumbnail. Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye.